Abercrombie & Fitch, you guys sell clothes to try to make minors look sexy. That is distasteful. Did you ever used to do anything not that heinous?
Absolutely. We used to make camping gear and guns. And then we fell into the fashion industry and we were trying to make teenagers look sexy, and then boom, our former CEO is accused of what he's accused of. And honestly, based on our marketing and the fact that he used to have shirtless male models greet customers at the door, who didn't see this coming?
All right, so you guys have heard that the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch was arrested on trafficking charges. That's this guy right here, Mike Jeffries. Now in 1988, Les Wexner, who owns Victoria's Secret, goes and buys Abercrombie & Fitch. And in 1992, Les installs this guy, Mike Jeffries, as the CEO of Abercrombie. Now, this is the guy who was just arrested for trafficking. And the reason that it's interesting that this guy, Les, bought Abercrombie & Fitch and appointed this guy to be ahead of it, who is now being charged with trafficking, is because he made Jeffrey Epstein power of attorney for him. And in 2011, this guy gave his New York mansion, the famous New York mansion, to Jeffrey Epstein. You know, the mansion that was bugged in every single room and had a lot of famous artwork in it. That famous mansion was transferred from this guy to him in 2011 for $0. Out of the things I'm talking about and the people I'm mentioning are sometimes not seen as much as they should be, so if you don't mind, do all the things. But anyway, now his recruiter, James Jacobson, is quite a character.
He chose to wear a snakeskin patch where his nose once was.
According to this indictment, that recruiter, James Jacobson, was employed by Michael Jeffries and Matthew Smith to recruit, interview, and hire men to perform acts. It goes on to say that he traveled throughout the United States and internationally to recruit and interview men for these events. During the tryouts of potential candidates, Jacobson typically required those candidates to engage with acts with him first. Following the tryout by Jacobson, Smith would approve candidates prior to their selection for and transportation to these events. Now, the victims of this alleged recruiter were young men who were led to believe that participating in these acts would mean modeling opportunities within the retail company and that not complying could harm their career. Recruiting sounds a lot like this guy was doing, Jean-Luc Brunel, who was held on the suspicion of supplying girls to Mr. You-Know-Who, and he suspiciously was found in a jail cell unalived the exact same way that this guy was. Brunel founded a modeling company called MC2 Models, which was allegedly used as a recruiting company for Mr. Epstein and was financed by him, allegedly. According to Business Insider, some of the biggest celebs who did modeling for Abercrombie & Fitch were Taylor Swift and Jennifer Lawrence. Of course, Mr. Ashton Kutcher.
Back up. You went from guns to ripped jeans?
Yeah, we sold a ton of guns. We even sold to a bunch of famous people like Teddy Roosevelt, Robert E. Byrd for his Antarctic expedition, and Ernest Hemingway.
Wait, Ernest Hemingway?
Yeah, we were the last gun Hemingway ever held. Sounds bad, but based on our two business models, which would you prefer, us to sell guns or normalize the sexualization of minors?
Consider yourself to be bisexual? No. Okay. In any event, you did develop a sexual relationship with Leslie Wexner at some point in time. Is that true? No.